Hey, welcome to EPN. I'm Victor Lucas. This is Behr Safi.
Behr, yeah, anything's good.
Behr. We are back with some more E3 talk, and it's been a fantastic day here at EXP. It's really incredible to have energy of the people that are here, having some good food and some good eats and some excitement around what's been going on with the show today. Microsoft knocked our socks off.
They did.
With a great press conference, but tonight it's all about Bethesda.
It is all about Bethesda. We've seen their track record. I mean, I feel like this conference is going to be a lot like their 2015 conference where they announced Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And a lot of the conference was spent talking about Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Obviously, this one's going to be about Fallout 76, but of course about a lot of their other IPs, because they do have a lot of great games. We'll talk about them a little bit later, but let's first talk about their last year conference a little bit, and the games that we saw and the games that we'll likely see again. Obviously in that list was...
Can I just say, though, before we get into all that, the fact that we already know that Fallout 76 and Rage 2 are being announced tonight, and we know so much about these games already, I think this is going to be a huge show. I think it's going to be a massive show.
I think so.
Because both of those are like mic drop kind of game reveals.
That's right.
Right? Surprising as hell. And we know that they're coming, and you know that they've got surprises.
Exactly, and you know, Vic, actually during the Xbox press conference, you thought that Fallout 76 is ready to be released this year.
I think it is.
You even mentioned August.
I think it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they have a history of doing this.
They do. Absolutely. I mean, they did it with Fallout 4. They said it's coming out this year.
They know how to do this, and it's such great press. And you know, they're masters of marketing at Bethesda. I've seen them in operation. I know exactly how they work over there. And they know that tail coming off of the launch of this information is so big, it's hard to recapture that.
Yeah.
And if they say that this stuff is coming out very soon, people are going to be very psyched about that.
They will be. Yeah, you'll definitely hear the crowd go wild. You know, we're going to see a lot of the same old. I think we'll definitely, you know, like last year there was a lot about, you know, there's Elder Scrolls DLC they showed.
Yeah.
They had a lot of focus on VR at the time, and I'm curious if that market has kind of changed and shifted with VR sales not doing as well as people as hoped, because they were one of the heaviest pushers of VR with Doom VR coming out, with Fallout VR happening.
I love VR.
Yes,
I've got them all,
I know you do.
And I enjoyed my experiences with it. But if the fact that VR and the needle around VR can't be moved when Bethesda launches all of their key franchises on this thing, and they can't get lots and lots of people to join up, that's an issue for VR.
Yeah.
Not respective of what Bethesda brings to the table in that realm, because they made great ports of their games for VR. That's an issue for VR.
That's
and
right.
you know, I just talked to a bunch of people here tonight and asked them if they had VR headsets, and a lot of them didn't. Most of them didn't.
They didn't.
And it's a big deal. But I love that Bethesda says, look, we don't know. Let's give it a shot. You know, let's try to sort of grow the marketplace.
Because they fully believed in it. I would love to see it again.
Yeah.
This year. But of course, a lot of the conference is going to be Fallout 76. We talked about Rage 2, which will be a big part of it. We'll get to those a little bit more, and we'll talk to you guys in the chat. So make sure you guys talk to us, to the EP family. We got the crowd behind us too.
Yes, we do. Warco say Fallout 76 is coming out in 2018, so apparently he works at Bethesda now, so he knows that. Donnie Swangor said...
was that a shot, Vic? Was that the first shot?
No.
Okay.
That was nice.
I'm making
Donnie
sure.
S. Swangor says, live again, this is awesome. Yes, it is. It's awesome that you're here, too. Time to hunt for some death claws, Goody Grace says. Oh, dear God, Taz says. Taz is right back there, by the way.
Yes.
So great.
Before we talk to people even more, we will keep interacting with you guys as the show goes on. Let's talk about some of the smaller franchises that Bethesda's probably going to show here.
Right.
One of them, I think, being Quake Champions.
That's coming,
which has definitely been a game that's been in beta quite a bit.
I already saw Tim Willits talking about his Specialized jacket on Instagram right now.
So it's definitely showing up.
They're going to be showing some Quake love today for sure.
There's already been a small little hint of a Prey expansion coming out.
Right.
This was talked about on Twitter. It's going to be on Earth's moon. Is the word, the fact that it's going to take place on the moon. So we'll see some of that. Word about Wolfenstein 2 DLC as well. So, I mean, we're used to this in these Bethesda conferences where there's kind of that big meal, but there's all these little appetizers to keep you really invested into the brand.
Yeah.
And we've seen that before. Obviously, Elder Scrolls Online will probably make some appearance throughout the conference at least once.
Yep.
But let's talk about things that we hope to see from Bethesda. What do you think what franchises, what do they need to do to really wow people and get them excited?
I want to know about Starfield.
Yes.
I want it to not just be this rumor. I want it to feel that it's actually going to happen, and I want to know what it is and if it's real.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long has it been since they announced Starfield?
Well, they haven't announced. It's just they bought a trademark or some kind of a web URL or something like that.
Starfield, yeah.
And so, Adrian Leon went and got his Xbox One X.
That's how good the conference was.
Congratulations, Xbox, man. That's how good your press conference was. I just tweeted out teespring.com/EPNTV. Somebody was asking where I get one of the EPN shirts. You can buy one right now on that URL right now if you want.
We're all wearing them. There's a bunch of people behind us wearing them. It's great.
Picking them up, which is really, really awesome and sweet. But I want to see Starfield.
Yeah.
I also want to see more from Doom. I feel like we've got this new life of Doom.
I totally agree with you.
That sounds like a sitcom, the new life of Doom.
And that was during their 2015 conference is when they announced Doom.
Right.
That was the Fallout 4 conference, and they just showed us some gameplay of Doom, and I think a lot of people were excited that it was back, but we weren't sure how good it was going to be.
Right.
And boy, was Doom amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and
it's such a great game.
It's ported well to VR, and it ported well to the Switch.
Yeah.
And I want more, and I think that would be amazing. And I would actually like Quake is really engineered for multiplayer, but I wouldn't mind a Quake single-player type thing as
but don't you think Doom's already kind of covering that space for them?
They are,
Yeah.
but I like the sort of reinvention kind of motif that they're in right now,
It's weird, yeah, it's cool. They have that first-person shooter kind of gravitation with Doom, and then they have the more story-driven stuff with like Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great action in that too, and then they got the RPG first-person shooter with Fallout, so they're really covering all the bases there. And then obviously they got the mysterious and I guess kind of weird stuff with Prey going on here, which I don't know how well that game really did.
I don't think it did super well.
Yeah.
I was a bit underwhelmed by it, truthfully. I mean, I had issues with the, amorphous bad guys.
I remember
a cool
that.
concept of them being able to sort of transform into stuff, and I thought it was cool, but I just didn't feel threatened by these black blobs.
Yeah.
And I felt like there was so much effort built on the space station, but not enough effort on really freaking me out with these alien symbiotes or whatever they were. But I am very curious to see what Harvey Smith is, because he runs Arcane now. I forget the guy's name that was running. I forget. It's just not in my top of my head right now.
No worries. There's a lot going on.
He was awesome. The guy that ran it and sort of leaned on Harvey to sort of take care of a lot of stuff too. He's like a creative director. But now Harvey runs the studio. Moved back to Austin. Remember, he had lived in France. He'd co-located. Now he's back to Austin.
Yeah.
So I want to know what they're working on. They did the Dishonored games and they did Prey, and I want to see what's next for that studio.
and I'm glad you mentioned Dishonored, because I know Dishonored 2 also came out at a really bad time where it was a really busy fall, and it was really competing with those AAA.
It was competing with the presidential election.
Yes,
is what happened.
Yeah, so it's sad that game didn't do very hot, and I know that DLC came out for it and had a whole story expansion.
Yep.
I would not want the Dishonored. Like, at the very least, I'd be quite happy if Dishonored came to VR and it joined their VR family lineup of games. I feel like that franchise
would be amazing.
Perfect for VR.
And
right?
Switch.
Yeah, Switch as well. That's
Dishonored on Switch would excite me like crazy, because Dishonored is about replayability.
Yeah.
And the Switch is the console for that.
Yeah,
the Switch is for, walk around with it and experiment and attack things from a different league, create a save file, go back into it and try it again. That would be a perfect fit, and I think they could do a fantastic job with that.
I love that you're bringing up the Switch.
Let me see. Would you guys like to see Dishonored on the Switch? Yes? We got some hands up in the air. Yes, that's good. Yes? Yes? All right.
Oh, Prey DLC. There you go.
DLC,
I think that's going to happen.
That's probably going to happen.
But
okay.
I love the fact that you bring out the Switch, because Bethesda also obviously big supporter of the Switch.
Yep.
And the 10-year reunion anniversary of Fallout 3 is happening, right? This November.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people give Bethesda a lot of crap for re-releasing Skyrim on everything, but I think it'd be really cool to have a Fallout game on the device. And one thing I was actually talking about with a friend of mine was
that's happening.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I just want to know what's going to happen today.
Yeah, no,
you know?
I think it will for sure. Somebody asked how many waters I've downed today. I've downed 64, just like 64. The Nintendo 64 Classic Edition that'll be launched or announced on Tuesday.
Vic is going crazy with his predictions today. Vic is expecting to fly to E3 on Tuesday and play a complete version of Metroid Prime 4.
Pretty much.
All right, that's
well, just me though.
Yeah, just you.
Not everybody.
Just you behind closed doors. You and Reggie.
Yeah.
You know, your bodies will be ready with each other.
Shirts off, playing Metroid Prime 4.
That'll be really
right.
weird.
Picture that.
That's a different stream.
Okay, all right.
That being said, I feel like that would be great. You know what I would love to see? Because Fallout 76 is happening, and Fallout 76 is the earliest Fallout game to happen in this Fallout storyline.
Yes.
I would love to see Fallout 1 and 2, and I know they're PC games, I know you can need a mouse and a keyboard for them, but because the Nintendo Switch has a touchpad system, I feel like they'd be perfect to remaster 1 and 2 as well, and bring them to the Switch, and get people ready for the story of Fallout 76.
On PC, that's exactly what Bethesda did. They shipped out these atomic bombs filled with classic Fallout games as a collection. And you're right, on the Switch, that would be a perfect
That'd be perfect. Yeah, imagine having 1, 2, and 3 just as a collection.
It would be great.
Amazing. Or and tactics.
I mean, this is a company that every year they come out with a new partnership or a new IP that they're launching or creating. Like they did the Elder Scrolls card game, which I think has done all right for them.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online has done well. We haven't seen anything about a new Elder Scrolls game. It's actually somewhat surprising to me, at least, that we're getting more Fallout before we're getting more, the sequel
Elder
to Skyrim.
Scrolls. Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know if it is maybe they're waiting for PS5 and the next iteration of the Xbox to kind of push the metal of the what's possible for the next iteration of Elder Scrolls.
I think you're absolutely right. It's because we saw during the Xbox press conference, it was clear that Fallout 76 was running on a similar engine to 4, just through the movement, just through the graphics and the visuals that we saw.
So this is equivalent to Fallout New Vegas.
Yes. Yeah, I feel that.
Okay.
I feel like it's just kind of the side game, not a fully numbered game. And I feel like for the next Elder Scrolls, they really want to polish their next engine.
Right.
I think they've been getting a lot of hate from a lot of people who have been quite tired and telling them that they feel quite limited with their engines. Blake is talking to us right now. We're good?
All right, cool. Ryan Landis says, will I have to play the first 75 Fallouts to play Fallout 76? You got to get on that.
You got to get on, yeah.
You got to until the end of E3, you got to play the first 75 Fallouts.
There probably is 75 different Fallout games. They're all PC mods that you can download. But they're not coming straight from Bethesda.
Miguel wants his Skyrim for WonderSwan. That might happen.
Okay. Yeah. How about on the N-Gage? Can we get Skyrim on the N-Gage? I mean, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
Skyrim on the N-Gage.
Yeah.
Yes. Bethesda could surprise us and say, we've got the new Bethesda box, and they've got a whole new console.
No. That's not a surprise. That's terrible. Okay, Vic, we're going.
So what do we have for sure? We have Rage, we have Fallout. We're definitely going to see
Quake. We're definitely going to see Quake.
We're gonna see.
I'm gonna definitely bet my money on a Prey expansion.
Really?
I think that we're gonna see a Prey expansion. I think the tweets were quite solid evidence.
I think Prey is come and gone. Really?
But I think they're still selling units. They've always done this with Bethesda, where they've released stuff. I know Fallout's a way bigger franchise, but there was DLC for Fallout 2 years after the game's release, right?
Doom 2.
Yeah. See, that's.
What's the mic drop moment for Bethesda? If we have already got Rage 2 and Fallout 76.
Would Doom 2 be a mic drop?
Yeah.
You know what would be a mic drop moment? I think it would be just to show us a small teaser, a logo.
Yeah.
And Todd Howard's like, hey, we're working on Elder Scrolls 6. Right?
Yeah.
Like we're working on the next one.
Here's a visual statement of where we're going.
Exactly.
That would be incredible. And that teases the hardware, which gets Sony and Xbox campers really happy.
There you go.
There.
I think that's the best way to end the conference.
Hey, thank you very much to Tale of My Defeat for your super chat. You rock. Says, I think The Witcher 3 pushed back Elder Scrolls. Very possible. Yes. The Witcher 3 was so extraordinary
Yeah, that's
you
right.
know, and it really put CD Projekt Red at the sort of the top of the pecking order for one of the best developers out there in the RPG space. I honestly though, I feel like they had such a great win with Morrowind on shipping on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And I was at Bethesda. I just happened to be there because I think we were working on some doc or something. But I was there when they were just before the 360 was shipping, and the hardware wasn't complete. But they showed me Elder Scrolls 4 running on the 360, and I'll never forget Todd.
Yeah.
Howard just being so excited to show it off to me and just saying, look at how the sunlight glints off of the armor and the reflections and all that.
It was incredible.
It blew my freaking mind. It was amazing. And then Skyrim took it to another level on, well, it was still on 360 hardware and still.
It was, but it was you know, it was near the end of the cycle, so people really perfected that hardware. You know, obviously, Last of Us for PS3 being such a late PS3 game looks so much better than a lot of the earlier stuff on there. But that's a really good point. I think you're absolutely on the ball there.
I think they want to show something.
Yeah.
When they show us 6, I think they want it to be just, you know, irrefutably just insanely beautiful, right? Got a question from Tyler Fisher, very important one, asking when I will announce that I'm the new president of ColecoVision. Waiting for that call from whoever owns ColecoVision.
Vic will be the CEO of the Bethesda box.
The Bethesda box. You heard it right here, right? You heard it here first.
That's going to be the biggest announcement.
When they announce their biggest games right before E3, unless you have something huge to show off during E3, such as Elder Scrolls 6, which is Twigman's prediction that Elder Scrolls 6, but I don't know, like, that's a Todd Howard game. He makes that game.
Yeah.
I don't know you can make a Fallout game and an Elder Scrolls game at the same time.
That's true.
There's only one of him.
But let's face it, we've seen developers do this many times before, where they dabble into multiple projects, and the fact that Fallout 76 has all these assets from Fallout 4 already built.
If it's done and ready to ship, and he's working on 6, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that would be good.
Or if it was done a few months ago and it's coming out this summer, which is possible.
Yeah.
Because I don't put anything past these guys. They're so on it with they just know the momentum of all of this stuff really, really well, that if that's ready to launch, then that means that Todd has had a year to kind of think about Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
And I don't think they talk about Elder Scrolls 6 until they've had a year.
That's true.
Right? Until they've had a long time on this thing.
Remember, when Skyrim was first announced, it happened during the VGAs of all places.
Right.
Like, that's where it was, and that's where it happened. So,
right.
I mean, who knows? But it would be definitely great way to end the conference. Very slim chances. I think this is going to be a Rage 2 and a Fallout 76 conference more than anything.
Yep.
And prediction is Fallout 76 is probably going to come out this year.
Oh, they're going to have more surprises than that. And I think they're also going to be launching some things tonight. And I know that people are going to be walking out with the sweetest goodie bags. That's the thing that bugs me that I'm not at E3.
You want the goodie bag?
I'm not getting the Bethesda goodie bag. But
which includes the Bethesda box. Of course.
One of the things that these guys do, though, is they open up their press conference to everyone. So people line up for, like, very early. Lots and lots of fans go. It is an utter madhouse, every one of these Bethesda ones, which I think is the right way. It's like their time to kind of be rock stars and have a showcase. And I love that Pete Hines is up on stage and Todd is up there and all of the other developers that they work with and stuff. And then they do fantastic things like show video pieces and clips from all their teams around the world. And yeah, I've worked with these people. They're fantastic, you know. It would be interesting to see if there's going to be a Shinji Mikami follow-up.
Yeah.
Maybe some Evil Within 2
That's true.
DLC.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a part of their collective
as
well.
That was announced, like, last year was when they announced it, and they had the release date, which the game obviously already came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool for
okay.
that to follow up. Yeah, it'd be cool to continue, at least give it a trilogy.
Yeah.
Give it another go. I mean, it's crazy the amount of partnerships and development teams Bethesda has to even Yeah, I mean,
man.
their conference last year was quite short. I think it was just an hour. I have like 10 notes for it.
Okay.
Of 10 different things shown.
Yeah,
so this
we'll
one,
see, man. Like Fallout 76 is a big deal. I think we're going to get a mobile thing. Maybe we're going to get Doom mobile or something like that.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe Quake in a bigger kind of deal is going to be here. Look, they're showing pieces.
Yeah.
They had Quake. They already showed a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's some Doom art that was shown on the screen.
Okay.
And
all right, we're getting some spoilers here by the setup of this thing. All
it's
right,
cool.
This is cool. Okay, so we are about 10 minutes away. I'm just looking through the comments and the questions here. Remember, if you've got any comments, it makes it easier for us to see it if it's all in all caps. Jordan Cunningham is already thinking about Nintendo on Tuesday. Says, I want a Metroid Prime Trilogy Switch version.
That'd be great.
I do too.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I still have my my Wii copy of the
Trilogy?
It's out though. It's out by my TV because I keep wanting to play it.
Oh,
and it's sitting by my Wii and my Wii U, which both could play it. And I think I actually bought the trilogy for the Wii U as well.
Oh, really? The DS relied on the two-screen setup so much.
Yeah, but if let's say they made a Switch Pro that was slightly larger, so you could split the screen in half and it would cover all of that, like
cool.
in the emulator, it'd be amazing. Of course, we're dreaming here. That's what we do. It's dream theater on the electric playground right now. Is what it is. Maybe they'll announce the return of Wayne Gretzky hockey. Did they do Wayne Gretzky hockey at Bethesda? Probably did.
Yeah. They made some games in their past.
I think they made a RoboCop or Terminator game where they were together. All right, let's see what we got here.
Definitely gonna have some Prey in there, and it looks like
they're showing some of their successes.
Already,
I think Doom 2, right?
I mean, Doom would be great. For me, I really want to see their delve into VR and how dedicated they are to it, or if they've given up. If they don't mention VR in this conference at all, I think they've completely given up on VR.
Yeah, you're right, and that's going to spell trouble for the medium right now. Yeah, Ungerbar plays. What surprised you the most about the Xbox conference? Maybe it didn't surprise me the most. What surprised me the most is that they bought Ninja Theory. I thought that was awesome.
It's crazy.
But it didn't surprise me that they invested that heavily. What surprised me is that they came out and said that their next thing is going to be streaming in a pretty blatant, pretty bold statement, and then the statement of that they're going to be the best place to play forever, basically throwing the gloves off and saying, we're ready. Come at us.
Come at us.
I thought that was pretty cool. In terms of software, I think Devil May Cry 5, I think, was one of the nicest surprises of the night.
I mean, I know Gears 5 wasn't much of a surprise to a lot of people, but to see that game, I think, and to see where the story is going, I thought was really, really special.
Yep.
And, Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah.
How can you not be excited for that, right?
But knew it was coming. Predictable, but still cool.
But that's the problem with Microsoft.
Yeah.
There's just almost all of their first-party stuff is just so predictable, right? It's just kind of like that the rotation is coming.
And DMC 5, we knew that was coming. So honestly, if I'm saying surprise, it was the From Software game, the Sengoku or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Name of it.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Between that and Ghosts of Tsushima, it's going to be very hard to remember these game names. Wet 2, Get Even Wetter from GSP.
You weren't excited for Battletoads, Vic? Come
no,
on,
I was not freaking excited for Battletoads.
Come on, Victor Lucas.
When they show me more than
I am done with
the
you.
title. Sean Wax, since they showed so much already, Bethesda must have a bomb to drop. ESC. Oprah Winfrey comes out and says, "We've got Elder Scrolls 6."
You go.
These Rage live action promos are mad cringeworthy. At least they're having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I want, you guys? I want to see in all caps what you would be freaking stoked for from Bethesda. What do you want to see out of Bethesda more than anything?
Yeah.
We already know about Rage. We already know about Fallout. What do you want to see?
Yeah. I mean, I hope that they have that, kind of developer interaction and that emotion, I should say.
Yep.
I mean, last year's press conference, remember, it started off with like Bethesda Land and then them teaching the kids about game making, and it was just kind of like, it was showing that family relation. That's how they kicked off their conference.
Yep.
Hopefully this time they kind of have that same spirit for the company.
I love that.
Yeah,
it just gets me right in the heart. Okay, Alex Straftis says a new IP. Stephen Carter says new single-player IP to show EA that it's still a very profitable market. Boom. Miranda Carvel, Elder Scrolls. DJ Caho, Elder Scrolls. We're going to get a lot of votes for it. Doom 2 from David West. Ungabar Place. Fallout 79 wants to skip 76. Go right to 79. Last Disciple, Hexen and Heretic is owned by Activision now, right? No longer from Midbeth. Yeah, I believe. And Human Head is trying to get Heretic 2 off the ground, I heard. They're
really?
Yeah, they're crowdfunding that one.
Who owns Hexen right now?
Stoked to see Tommy Tallarico give Todd Howard a haircut live on stage. I would be stoked to see that. That is hilarious. Doom 2s, lots of Doom 2s, Dishonored 3s.
Looking at these games and
Brink
hearing
2.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Bethesda's the king of first-person experiences, I feel like. They're just almost 80% of the games are first-person.
Story-driven, massive, single-player, get lost in them.
That's right.
So let's find out. Let's see if can you make sure the laptop stream is current and everything's good there? Okay, good.
Get some audio here.
Would they talk about new id tech? Maybe. I think we're good. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. I think.
Yep.
Yep.
We're all good to go. Looks like they're doing a little pre-show. We're almost getting
Fallout
started.
Game where they travel back in time to Elder Scrolls World. Okay, everybody's getting high right now. Jordan Cunningham.
Yeah.
Everybody's smoking weed and watching the thing. Okay, that's good.
Oh, here it is.
We'll take Fallout on Switch, a bonus offering. Okay, we're on the please stand by. We got 2 minutes. But here's where we find out if Fallout 76 is single player or multiplayer.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be multiplayer.
It could be multiplayer. Yeah, the Xbox presser didn't show much, so
Yeah.
let's watch. Looks like it's starting.
Yes. Eternal Darkness. Lucas 42. I don't think we're going to see that in Nintendo's press conference. I think that's gone. Do a megaton. Yes, a megaton. That's what we need. A fully fledged Star Wars VR game. That's EA. The EA blew that one. They should have done that. And Twisted Magic wants a megaton. I think we are good.
Yeah,
we're starting to go in.
Very weird.
They're playing Country Roads right now on the stream. Here we go.
Really? Even after the thing, it might. Is it on their end or no?
No.
No.
Do we sound all right? Blake, do we sound okay? So let's stop the close the browser for a second and then open it up again. Yeah. There you go.
You have it on the
No, use
Safari?
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, we're just getting stuff set up here, guys. Sorry about this. Refresh the Beth stream. I love it. I love that we're seeing developers.
Is better,
and people
Blake?
work. Does that sound okay? Bring back the original Fallouts. They're closing up. Here we go.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We got this all good.
We didn't miss a thing.
And that's it for us. Once again, I'm Ann Lewis.
Oh, Lucas
And
42,
I'm
you
Abigail
rock.
Tyson.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, the EP shirt's on teespring.com. /EPN TV if you want.
Yeah.
I posted it in a bunch of places. Okay, here we go.
Let's go.
29, 27. Oh, 15 seconds for some people. Everybody's watching at a slightly different time than us. Okay, here we go. Yeah, some people are in 19, so everybody's off a few seconds. That's the way live streams go right now. Okay,
All right.
let's see. Knock us out, Bethesda.
We try and break things
Just similar to last year.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
fix
there's-
things that are broken. We keep the teams happy and fed. We keep our fans happy
I love it.
and on the edge of their seats. We keep the books balanced, discover new talent, and interact with our community. Most of all, we work together as old friends and new. What unites us is our passion for games. Games as diverse as the people who make them and play them. We're not just living the dream, we're creating it. We are all Bethesda Softworks. How may I direct your call? You can start the show.
And to narrate everything.
I think
there?
so. I
That
think
was
so.
incredible.
This guy? Very cool.
And now, please welcome Bethesda's Global Senior Vice President, Pete
Well,
Hines.
There we go. Pete Hines is back on stage. There he is. Oh yeah, he's super psyched that the Capitals won.
Thank you. Thank you guys very much. You sound good. I love you too. You look good. You guys ready to go? As Paula said, my name is Pete Hines, and I'm delighted to be back on stage for Bethesda's
Wow.
4th annual E3 showcase. Now, we've got all kinds of surprises in store for you tonight, so whether you're here with us in the audience or you're one of the millions who are
Pimp
watching
Logic,
around
you
the
rock.
world,
Thank you.
settle in, get ready for the very best in gaming. Our theme this year is Create, and it's a theme embraced by our 10 studios spread around the globe, the incredibly talented folks who make the Bethesda games that you'll soon be playing. But as you saw in our intro video, it's not just developers. Everyone at Bethesda is a part of the team that brings our games to life, and that extends to all of you, because we create the worlds, but You create your own adventures, stories, and experiences, and it's your passion for games that drives us every day to strive for excellence.
Nice.
The past year has been an exciting one for Bethesda as we released some of the best games of 2017. Games like Prey,
Magic saying Ovechkin
Dishonored,
showing
Death
up
of
with the
the
Stanley
Outsider.
Cup would be epic.
The Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2. We even released exciting updates for The Elder Scrolls Online. We brought
They're mentioning the Switch.
We brought
so,
full
yeah,
open
we'll
world
probably see
VR
some Switch releases.
with Fallout 4 and Skyrim, plus Doom VFR, and we even released our first 2 games for the Nintendo Switch. So we were thrilled when Metacritic named us the top publisher in the industry with the highest overall review scores across all of our games. But where we're headed and the games that we're
Walmart
creating
gets
that
the
you'll soon be
shout out.
playing, the worlds that you'll be inhabiting in the next year and beyond. So, we're starting with a game that we announced a few weeks ago to our friends at Walmart Canada. Perhaps best known for their low prices and ability to keep a secret.
Canada got the slap.
So let's get things started with a look at Rage 2.
Here we go. It's Andrew WK.
All right! My name's Andrew WK,
man, this is
and we came to party! Are you ready to rage? I said, are you ready to rage? What about you? You ready to rage? Are you ready to rage? Let's have some fun! Come on, E3! We got ready to go!
Cool, but I guess it's turning into a concert now, huh?
Yeah.
This is different.
To show the crowd they don't quite know how to respond.
This is a little weird.
This is your time to pay. This is your judgment day. We made a sacrifice. We should without a gun. We'll take all anyone. It's really nothing new. It's just a thing we like to do. You better get ready to die. Get ready to die. Better get ready to kill. Get ready to kill.
Yeah, Look at this crowd. They're like, what is happening? This is epic. Here was a surprise, right? Thor's in 666. Never would have guessed this was coming. Absolutely not.
I'm stunned. I have no words. But
His music was on the trailer, though.
yeah.
That's as much as that crowd can rage. Quiet and reserved rage. Matthew Woodstone, fantastic comment.
Because if this is the reason why the conference is long, because there's a bunch of performances in between,
Yeah.
that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Yes. Barco teacup nerds are scared. How do you like this game so far, Bear? What do you think of
It's
the
great.
Andrew
It's
WK?
great. It's really
Guitar Hero experience
very
here?
realistic. Very realistic.
Yeah,
the graphics
are amazing.
on point.
I love that he's singing
You know?
about the graphics right
Yeah.
now. He's describing how Rage 2 looks,
Yeah, I
and you get the tactility of the controls, and it just makes you want to jump up on stage in an all-white outfit. It's
Exactly.
an incredible game.
I hope you can turn that white outfit into a pink outfit. You know, some customization.
This crowd is so reserved, must be
Oh.
Canadian. The crowd shots are hilarious. I think they are Canadian. I think that is Walmart Canada in the crowd right now. And they've been severely dissed, and then they threw Andrew WK at them, is what they did. That's Pierre! Oh my God! That's my friend Pierre.
This crowd.
Captain Ahab, why is this happening?
I have no word. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Bethesda, not like this.
ER Nurse and Gamer. One day we will do that. Today we had our trajectories with all this, but definitely loving that Bear and I get to do all of this.
That was
We've got an evil cackling laugh from Thorazine666. Look at this. You have my axe and you have my sword on stage right now.
And I'm Magnus Nedfors, game director at Avalanche Studios.
And we're here
How
to
did these worlds
say
collide?
that
Yes.
Rage is back. Now, we had a ton of crazy ideas when we started planning Rage 2. And we needed the right studio to bring our vision to life. Now, we've admired the open world chaos in all of Avalanche Studios games. And as we're about to show you, they delivered big time.
This is very weird. This is very awkward.
Well, thank you, Tim. Yeah! Well, speaking for everyone at Avalanche Studios, this is really a dream to come true for us. The world of Rage 2 is
If you don't want to
perfect
blast your
for our
ears, you
style
can
of
just listen
gameplay.
through here.
Oh yeah, okay.
But even more exciting than that has been to
Well, I
work
had
with
to
these
hear
guys that
Andrew
did
WK.
software.
Yeah.
These guys invented the first-person shooter.
It's too hard
And they
to hear.
still make the best shooters out there. So it's been a really great collaboration to bring you the
Yeah,
most
the
insane
teleprompter was a
open world
problem there,
shooter
Matthew
you have
Winstone.
ever
Yeah.
played.
So Rage 2
Everybody's
transports
getting
players into a dystopian future, devoid of society, law, and order. Now, you play as Walker, the last ranger of the wasteland. Now, you know, I can talk all night about our guns, the powers you'll use, the vehicle combat, and of course, you know, the crazy open world. But I know that you are here to see the
Yeah,
game.
we are. Let's see the game.
Well, not only do we have Rage 2 playable at our booth at E3, but we've got for you an extended look at the world and gameplay of Rage 2. Let's check it out right now.
Yeah!
Magnus worked on
Asteroid on a collision course with Earth.
nice guy.
Global extinction event.
80% of the Earth's population dead.
God turned his back on humanity long ago. It wasn't a war. It wasn't global warming. It was a fucking asteroid. I was born in this shithole. Parents murdered, an orphan of this wasteland. An army of mutants killed everyone I ever loved. All that's left is hate, fear, and the need for survival. You see, part of growing up was watching everything get taken from me. I stood by,
really good.
did nothing.
Yeah, I love the
And
visual.
now, I'm the last ranger of this wasteland.
cool looking.
And there's only one
Very
thing
Mad
left to do!
Looks like they got to kind of take what they learned, the world building, the deserty.
Hello, E3, and welcome
deserty
to the
kind of
world of
environments.
Rage 2. In a moment,
great.
we'll dive headfirst
I
into the
love this
Eden
engine, whatever they're
spaceport
doing,
mission,
and-
where Walker, our main
Just looks so
protagonist,
slick.
is out to find a rare artifact that will aid him in his quest to take down the Authority.
Mitch Nave was like, I feel like we needed to create a new wide-angle lens to get those two on camera together. Talking about Tim and
Doctor,
Vancouver.
I'm approaching the Eden Space Center.
Ah, yes, I forgot to say. It might be overrun by bandits. The Goon Squad, to be precise. You must likely slay them first, before pulling down the ecopod from orbit
I guess,
and securing the
there is
untainted nanotrite
a lot of
therein.
detail because there's a lot of recycled pieces of environment on screen at the same time.
Yeah.
So that can probably keep the frame rate really high because it's a desert, so they don't need to do too much crazy minute detail. That looks solid, man.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
What is that? That's running at 60, it looks like?
Yeah.
It looks like
it
it's
has
running
to
at...
run at 60. Yeah, that's like an id thing, I think, right?
Keep your wits about you, Walker. The Goon Squad may look whimsical, laughable even, but believe me, behind their playful appearance.
DJ Kehoe is not impressed, says, congrats Bethesda, you made another brown post-apocalyptic game. Mad Max Fallout, yeah. There's color in it though. Explosions go boom. I just saw somebody's hand fly. Look at that guy's hair. You get kind of like a magenta thing when you start to lose your health. Oh my god. The Insanity Collection? That looks crazy. Whoa, man. Look at that. I do not want that on my wall. That you know they're making this. This is happening. Who wants that on their wall? That's disgusting.
Sort of the collector's edition, I guess.
Looks like a giant anus.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Would not want that.
That may be on the bargain bin soon.
Yeah. Whoa, that's gross. The game looks hot, though. I want to play this very much. I actually like the first Rage game.
Kill your way to the ecopod mission control on the 3rd floor.
It's Arseface from the Preacher from Last Disciple. Yeah, this looks fun, man. I'm in.
Yeah, I love the world. I think it's so cool.
So I wonder how much learning or shared assets or engine stuff came from id, and these guys took it and tweaked it and did all the art.
Yeah, I was thinking about Doom as well as I was just watching his gameplay.
Yeah.
Because even the way you tap your hand there is exactly like Doom, right?
Thorazine666 wants the rose face guy more than the game. It does feel Doom-esque, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's all good, man. Doom was candy. Delicious candy.
No, and so does the Authority. Hurry, get the untainted nanotrites and get out. Also for you, there is an extra boon. Something that will make you a veritable superhero.
Elevator's still running. So far, so good. Looks like Ranger Walker's gonna get a bit of a boost
Ranger
today.
Walker.
Like
Somebody brought it up that he was a ranger and his name Walker.
Okay.
Like Texas Ranger Walker, right? Walker, Texas Ranger.
This is
Okay. It's an homage to Chuck Norris right there. Game will be 100 gigabytes. It does feel big.
I mean, the gun
that looks
combat
great.
looks so good.
Matt Core, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in and watching. It's E3 again. Oh my God. It's more of Andrew WK. Here we go. RJ Baldwin, never played the first Rage, but definitely impressed with this so far.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I feel like it's...
Rage is fun, but it did get kind of lost in the Fallout and Borderlands.
I think so.
Kind of
And
Blitzkrieg.
watching
That looks
more,
pretty solid.
watching more of this,
People here are in. They like
it almost solidifies more of the fact that I don't know if Doom is going to come or be announced anytime near this game.
Right.
I think it's going to be after this game's release. We might see a sequel
good point,
to Doom.
good point. So that doesn't come out till next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Bethesda Softworks, Christian Van Hoos.
Okay, we're going to change up the
How's it going,
talking
everybody?
points.
I'm Christian Van, who's the community manager for the Elder Scrolls.
I'm going from that carnage to a card game. That's kind of gutsy, right?
Is the best digital card game and made it even better. New cards,
I would like to see
new
Andrew
modes,
WK
new
come
ways
out
to
and play a card
and
game.
much
That's what I would like.
Did CD officially release Gwent as a standalone game?
I think so, yeah.
Did it do well?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I don't play those games.
I know you don't.
like they keep trying to get me to review these things. I'm like, I don't really know. I know like Ben Silverman loves that stuff. I am not a card game guy.
PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Now they're gonna get some rage, Faramer says.
But there's no reason to wait to play the game that Apple awarded Best of the Year in 2017. Download The Elder Scrolls Legends for free and join me tonight on PC, mobile, or tablet. And any
I
progress
think he
you
is
make in the
hitting
game
on the entire
carried
crowd
over
right
to
there.
the
Join me
console version
tonight.
through your
We'll play some card games, baby.
Oh, Vic.
I'm gonna catch a cold from these game extremes, Ryan Landis says. Very nice.
And see why this isn't
Oh
just
no,
my
I
favorite
think
card game, but will soon be yours
we don't
as well.
want to show people playing mobile games, I think, at E3.
Well, Vic, you mentioned in our pre-show that there's probably going to be a mobile game.
Yeah.
And this is probably the one, and probably the only one we'll see.
Think?
Yeah.
Not a Fallout Shelter 2?
You know, that could work.
This is easy to pick up. This is hard to put down.
I know these things are huge. They make tons of money.
This is a
I know
5-minute
people
train
love
ride.
them. Not for me though.
This is a 5-hour marathon.
You just
Switch.
grow a beard from playing too long.
This is for
Oh.
anywhere you play. This is for strategy fans.
It's a good ad
Those who want
as
magic
far
at
as
their
card game
fingertips.
ads go. It's pretty good.
This is for those who want dragons at their command. This is a game where legends are born. This is for you.
The gold is from all the microtransactions from Mr. Calavera. Yeah, I think so. Okay, now we're into Elder Scrolls Online. So that's a better.
From ZeniMax Online Studios, Matt
That's a
Farley.
better segue than from Rage to cards.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I'm Matt Firor. I'm the game director on the Elder Scrolls.
So we knew we knew we were going to see this.
Yeah,
for sure. They're always going to announce
Thank
some
you.
expansion because this is a
Before
long
I get
term.
started tonight, I just want to do a shout out. It was really great. We started the showcase tonight with the video highlighting the really talented people that work behind the scenes to make all of these great games possible. So standing here on stage, I'm representing a whole lot of amazing people at ZeniMax Online Studios that I go to work with every day. It's a great honor and privilege. So I go to work with them every day, but at night, I go home, log into Elder Scrolls Online, and I get to play games with you guys, the best gaming community in online gaming.
I played Hearthstone, Jordan Cunningham, and I thought it was cool.
We are such big fans
But
of what we do. We play the
it doesn't
games
hook
just
me
as
that I
hard as
want
we
to stay and
make
play
them,
that stuff
and
forever.
we play just as much as you guys do. It's what we do. You know, so you might not know it, but
I would play
we're right
this
there
if I had the
alongside
time.
them, right there with you,
When I did
running
check this out, I really enjoyed it.
running Tamriel, questing, crafting, decorating my house, PvPing, stabbing. Yeah, that was me. And I'm really humbled to say that the Elder Scrolls Online community just keeps getting bigger. We're over 11 million players now.
It's pretty good.
11 million, that's great.
I
And
mean,
it's
is that
on
active
Game
players?
Pass.
Oh, okay.
And over 1 million of those came in just the last year alone. So last year was really great for us in a whole lot of ways. We were named MMO of the Year.
The guys behind us are staying.
For the
They're
third straight
hardcores
year.
just like us. They are watching and they are tweeting along. And
We released
Faramer, they're
Morrowind.
here for this.
A lot of great DLC, and just last week we released Somerset, the latest chapter in the Elder Scrolls Online.
RJ Baldwin, 100%. They had to go to
great critical
not
acclaim.
needing a
Everyone
subscription.
loves it. You get to
Yeah.
travel to the island home of the High Elves for the first time in 20 years. It's great for new players. If in the off chance you aren't playing Elder Scrolls Online, this is a great
Twisted
chance to
Magic,
jump in
that's
and play.
right. This place is
And of course,
all about
you veteran ESO
people that
fans
love
are
video
there.
games. Blake, switch to the wide
We're not
shot
done
so
there.
people can see
We
how
make-
big
we
the
make DLC every
or how big the
quarter
joint is, and
for
also all the
chapters.
cool stuff on the walls and things
Content
like
comes
that.
out so regularly for
They've
Elder
got
Scrolls Online.
all
We're
kinds
already
of
working on great
artifacts and
plans for
art
next
and
year.
stuff that celebrates
Before
video
that,
games everywhere.
the
It's
next
pretty cool.
DLC
It's
coming out is a
amazing to be
dungeon
able to
DLC named Wolfenstein,
kind of
based on werewolves.
discuss E3 in an environment like this. Very grateful to EXP.
And later this year, we have a story DLC named Murkmire. We're going back to Blackmarsh. So you guys have all been asking for a deeper dive into Argonian lore and culture. You're going to see it later this year. So
It's
there's
cool.
one
It's
thing
like a
that
sports
runs
bar
through
for
all of
game
Elder Scrolls Online
fans,
content, and
which
that
is such a
great
great
story.
idea. And we're here
From the launch
celebrating
game through all the DLC and chapters,
E3 press
it's
conferences,
really,
man.
really
Like,
what
I mean,
holds
probably
the
the only place in town
But it's
that's
not
doing
just
this
the
on
stories
Sunday night,
that
right?
these developers create for you guys
Oh,
to experience.
it's really rad.
It's also the stories that you
There's a
create
lot of
together
game
when you play
fans
this
in
great
Vancouver.
virtual
Totally
world.
huge. I mean, it's always
So,
raining
I'm gonna
here,
leave you
so
tonight with a video highlighting just some
a lot of
of
games.
the amazing
We got to
stories
see
and
some of this
memorable
game.
characters
This was
that you'll
too
meet on your
long
ESO.
talking about how
Thanks,
successful they are.
everyone. See you in Tamriel.
And Mike Brooks has been asking for a deeper dive into Argonian lore and culture for years, and also Andrew WK. Very good. Comment, my friend said that nobody would want an Elder Scrolls Online game. Jordan Cunningham. Well, 11 million people said, yeah, we do. Yeah, it does look like a cool game. Have you played this at all?
I have not.
I played it when it first came out. They sent the box set and all the stuff with it, and I got online and we talked about it. And then it's these things I don't have time to keep staying with a game world forever.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I liked this a lot when I played it.
And I know it only got better
Yeah.
as they released the Morrowind update.
Yep.
And more, so it's growing. And this is definitely a long-term plan for them.
Yeah, I can't believe the Old Republic is still rocking too. It's amazing.
It's crazy, yeah.
I played quite a bit of that one. Faramer, do you think they've given up on Elder Scrolls single-player games? Seems a lot keeps being added to ESO. No way.
Yeah, they didn't.
They
No way.
are they are working behind the scenes, and they might have something huge to reveal tonight.
For sure.
Have I played Far Cry 5 yet? What are your thoughts? I like the game, but the AI seems a little underwhelming. I loved Far Cry 5. It's very addictive. It's very, very, very enjoyable to play. The AI is a little bit underwhelming, especially if you've got all kinds of helpers with you, but I think Ubisoft did an amazing job with that game. There's so much to do, so many activities. Really, really fun. I mean, this looks so cool, but not being in it, it's tough to know what I'd be getting from
It's hard
this,
to get excited.
this growth.
Too,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
right? Like, it feels like you'd want to start from the beginning and then work your way to Somerset.
Yeah.
This is kind of made for the people that are already in.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. But I applaud the work. That's cool. Now where are we going?
Oh, no way.
Is this Doom?
Or this is Doom.
This
I mean,
is Doom on
what-
Mars,
yeah.
man.
Are
Doom
you kidding
2,
me?
here it is.
Are you guys really announcing Doom
Yep,
2
Doom
right
2
now?
is coming. I knew this was going to be a big show.
Oh my god.
There it is. Doom 2, baby. Oh my god.
This is amazing.
Oh, yes!
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
This is super cool. This is it.
Oh
This
my
is Doom
God.
2.
But is it Doom 2 or is it Doom Eternal. So this is online Doom, I think is what it is.
Is this online Doom?
It's gotta be, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Very cool.
Incredible reboot.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm Marty Stratton, executive producer of Doom Eternal.
Colin McDonald, which Fallout game should you start with?
Hugo Martin, creative
Let's wait
director
till
on
the end of
VR.
this conference because they're going to have some announcements, I think, regarding Fallout. But Fallout 3 is insane. It was so good. And New Vegas was great. I think maybe Fallout 3 might be the one you want to start with. If you've never played it.
I'd start with Fallout 3 to really get into the franchise.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
But there might be some announcements
In fact,
about
it's a
that.
combination of your passion and our team's love of making Doom. It has
Verimer
motivated
says that
us
he said it to me on a
deliver
live
even
stream
more.
that they would show a Doom game.
So we're back
I
to
can't
announce
believe they're
Doom
doing this.
Eternal.
It's online Doom, yes?
An awesome, awesome new sequel to Doom. For the past 2 years, it's been so inspiring to hear you guys talk about what you'd like to see next. And I got to tell you, we're right there with you. Like, you want the Doom Slayer to feel even more powerful?
Doom's always had online.
Well, we got it.
Doom's always had online. Like the
You want even more
So-
badass demons. Well, there are
Is
twice
this
as
Doom
many in
Battle
this game.
Royale?
We're not going there.
You want to see Hell on Earth? Well, we just
Ah.
teased it. But what we're most excited about is to show you some of the things that you might not be expecting.
That's right, including a ton of features that we'll have to save for later because our team will be debuting Doom Eternal at QuakeCon
Okay,
this
okay.
August.
Cool.
We'd love for you to join us live in Dallas, or of course you can tune in online to catch all the fun. But until then, we want to thank everyone who continues to play Doom.
Matthew
Thanks,
Winstone asking if
everyone.
it supports
Thank you.
56 kilobytes per second modem play. That's amazing. So that was it. We just got a little tease.
What's up?
Okay, so that's
Great.
That's a next year then.
That's awesome, though.
Okay.
We're getting a Doom sequel. That
Yeah.
should be something happy about.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going into Quake Champions.
How's everybody feel
Yes.
tonight? Pretty hype?
We're hype.
Just like a little hype or like crazy hype right now, right?
He's got a lot of
What's
Quake
good?
logos
Yeah,
on
he's,
him.
he's wearing like the Quake
Thanks.
motion
Hi.
capture suit.
I'm Joshua Boyle, community manager
Quake
for
symbol.
Quake Champions. Thank you
The
very
brim
much.
of his hat disappears, so he
Ever
looks like
since
he's
the
wearing
first
a
Quake
beanie.
title was released in 1996, our games have been shaped by you, the players. But that proud tradition continues with Quake Champions, which has evolved with community in mind and will always be the fastest and most fun multiplayer shooter, period. And that's not the only tradition that Quakes continue. These days, we're hearing a lot of
New
talk
King.
about
We
it.
don't know, but
Quake has been there
Pete
from the
Hines
very
said that this
beginning.
was going to be a long one
In
filled
fact,
with lots of big
we
surprises.
started hosting competitions at QuakeCon over 20 years ago. Let's hear it for QuakeCon.
Let's hear it for QuakeCon.
And this year, we'll expand on our legacy as the original esport with everything from intense grassroots competitions to major tournaments at QuakeCon and DreamHack Winter.
Joy Owen wants a Doom Labo where you can build demons with cardboard.
We've been doing this for a long time, and we're continuing to build with more competitions for more players.
It's a little
than
chatty.
Ever before.
It is.
I think we got
It is.
spoiled with the Microsoft presser,
think
right?
so.
No offense to the people on stage.
But I gotta tell you guys, we can't stop, won't stop until we've delivered a game that's fun for everyone. Whether you're a Quake dad or a brand new baby to the arena.
What time does Metallica hit the
That's
stage?
why we just
Ryan
added a
Laddis?
bunch of new features to make it
He's
even
killing it
easier
tonight.
for
Ryan
you
Laddis is here
and
all
your
week.
friends
Enjoy the veal.
to jump in and get good together.
Supreme Beats wants us to tell this guy to lay down.
We're still in early access, but tonight we want to welcome all of you into the arena.
Okay, so this is live tonight.
For this week only, we're opening up Quake Champions to everyone through a trial of our free-to-play version before it even launches.
Nice. That's awesome. Totally give it a try.
Plus, if you get in and download this week, you can stay and keep playing Quake Champions for free even after the trial closes.
That's cool.
Wow.
Ungabar
So
Plays
head to
asked, do I think that most of the
quake.com and
Xbox
start
conference was
playing with
overshadowed
me
by the
and
fact
all
that
of my
most of the
Quake
titles
family
revealed weren't
tonight.
Xbox exclusive? I think there certainly is questions about, you
Don't
know,
miss your chance to join one of the most
what
passionate
is exclusive and what
welcoming
isn't.
communities in gaming.
But I think what was
Now,
most fascinating
for a
about that
taste of what
conference
you'll be
was
playing
that
tonight,
they announced
after
their
our
commitment to
showcase is
spend
over,
on making exclusives.
check
and,
out our new
and
trailer for
buying
Quake Champions.
studios to build them a future,
Yeah,
an exciting
to
future.
build the Xbox family, which is something they deeply needed to do. So,
Totally.
I mean, this looks good. I'm
looks,
happy that we have a Quake in today's
Yeah, me
era.
too. 100%.
I think this is awesome.
You know, and it just underscores how smart it was for Bethesda to bring it into their fold. It looks like a comic book a little bit, though. It's a little cel-shaded kind of vibe to it. I like it. I guess, I mean, we've talked about this game a lot, but we haven't really, like, I think they've done some closed betas, and I haven't played it yet, but it feels like it's time, right? Yeah. I want to check this out. Over Quake Watchy. Yes, for sure, yeah. They're
Quake
going,
was
they're
one
going
of the.
after Overwatch.
This is one of the first esport games ever to exist.
Yes.
Right. So.
Yeah, this is when Thresh was making some money.
Yeah, I know. Players like Fatality and it's just there's a lot of history for this.
It's crazy that Unreal is back in the fold here too, right? Epic should have their own thing. It looks fun though. I'll download this. Right on. They've done some tests of it. I know, it feels like we've been talking about Quake Champions forever, doesn't it, David?
Well, Vic, you told me that we wouldn't see this game this conference, and look who was right.
Yeah.
Because we got some Prey.
Is it Prey right now?
This is Prey right now.
Wow, okay. They're staying with it.
Hello, E3, from all of us at Arcane Studios here in Austin, Texas. It's been 1 year since we launched Prey, and we want to send a big thanks to our incredible fan base for your support.
We've been so inspired by your passion and enthusiasm, and as a way of showing our
Oh man,
appreciation,
Android
we're rolling out
1995
a
is
huge
not
free
happy
update
with this
for
stream.
Prey tonight.
Tonight.
The next time
Yeah.
you fire
Tonight, a
Prey,
free update.
you're going to see
Oh, yeah?
3 new modes. Story mode, New Game Plus,
Which was a big fan request.
and Survival mode, which should be an interesting challenge for our most hardcore fans.
But that's just the beginning. We are really excited to tell everyone that we've also been working on a new Prey DLC, an infinitely replayable experience called Mooncrash.
All right,
It's
let's
a
see,
new twist
let's
on
see.
Prey
The
where
moon.
the enemies, hazards, and loot are all different each time you play.
We're so excited. We can't wait to what?
Well.
I do, yes, Alex Stone 108. I appreciate their commitment to this too, for sure. I just wish I loved it. It looked like I thought I was going to love it. I didn't love it.
Yeah, I remember you really trying it and trying to put a lot of time into it, but I mean, some games just don't click, and I think you're right. The enemies aren't very captivating and engrossing. It's different.
The Dishonored games I loved right away. And I guess I had that expectation and that hype.
I think it's just weird playing a game like this so soon after Doom. You know, the speed of Doom and the, you know, this is a little bit more controlled and calm and I guess more thrills.
I feel like everything around what you can do is cooler than what you have to contend with.
Yeah.
Right? Like navigating through space and, you know, figuring out all of these puzzles and your weapons and your cool gadgets and stuff. And then you fight these kind of bland, you know, spiders.
They're playing They're playing right round.
People love the game though, so
Yeah.
I'm happy that more is coming, and maybe the Moon Dash is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the human art. I loved all of it except the bad guys. I think the bad guys just really bummed me out. Oh, and here they are. Ah, that's pretty good.
All right, before we begin, yes, Mom, I'm still alive. No, I'm not a mimic.
Hang on.
Yeah, the streams are they're not all perfectly
I just want to
in
make sure
sync,
nobody
yeah, and
tries
on every
to smack
monitor
you
that we
because
see
I saw
around us,
Pete
so it's a
Hines
little
with
weird, but
wrench backstage a
it's all
second
good.
ago.
We're here. We're watching this. We're not missing anything,
Thank
guys.
you, Ricardo. That's very sweet of you. So, like all arcade games, Prey is about playing your own way, and Moon Crash is no exception.
So you just saw a lot of cool stuff that's available tonight, but we're not done yet. We have one more surprise coming later this summer called Typhon.
What is this?
Typhon Hunter is a lethal game of hide and seek, where one player goes head-to-head against 5 other players who get to be mimics.
And just like in Prey, the
Battle
mimic
Royale.
players can disguise themselves
no,
as
Vic.
everyday objects. So, you know, things like a chair, a coffee mug, a space banana, whatever works. But definitely not a coworker, right, Susan?
Absolutely not. Probably.
Oh. Props are falling. Okay,
Anyway.
guys.
Typhon Hunter is a tense multiplayer mode that requires teamwork and improvisation and a very high tolerance for jump scares.
Before we go, I just want to say thanks on behalf of the whole team at Arcane Studios to all of our fans around the world who have played Prey and love it.
Jordan Cunningham,
We
good
made this
comment,
game
buddy.
for
They're
you,
not supposed to be
and we are
flashy.
Constantly inspired by your creativity.
Space Banana was Mike Work's nickname in high school. All right, it's like we're taking elevator floors and we're going to another room in the Bethesda department store.
Looks like it's.
Are we getting more? Oh yeah,
Looks like Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein DLC too.
Yeah.
Okay. These guys rock.
A lot of support and love for their titles, you know.
Yeah.
So you can expect to be playing them for longer than just a month.
Right.
Creative director at Machine Games.
Which I think is cool when we're in this world of like, is a single player game like worth the investment?
Yeah.
And they got to stay with it over time, right?
Especially for a game like Prey, didn't do that well, didn't like shock or make headlines, but still is getting some love.
Yeah.
You know.
As BJ Blazkowicz, you
David West, great comment about these devs celebrating themselves. That's great. Yes! Woo! Like that.
Thank you for embracing our game. We were honored to win Best Action Game at the Game Awards last December. And we are excited to bring Wolfenstein 2 to Nintendo Switch on June 29th, so you can fight the Nazis on the go.
They're slagging the Nazis right now. I love it.
And the Wolfenstein Revolution continues with our next project, which leaps ahead in time to tell the tale of BJ's twin daughters.
His twin brothers, daughters.
Daughters.
Set in the 1980s in Paris, Wolfenstein
Whoa.
Youngblood pushes the story
In the 80s?
Wow.
Crazy.
And because this game features BJ's twin daughters, Wolfenstein Youngblood will be a co-op experience.
Whoa.
So while you can play it solo, you can also join with a friend to save the
Very
world
cool.
together.
That's great.
The resistance is counting on you.
So the Nazis stay in power for a
All
long ass
right,
time.
Hollywood
Holy crap.
Strip, check it out.
Oh, the Quake site seems to have been crashed.
Oh, really?
Canvesh says right now. CJ and DJ Blazkowicz from Samian 111. Very nice.
I've been fighting all my life for this world.
Back up. Push this forward. Okay.
It never ends.
Yeah, Machine Games rocks, right, David? So good.
They're gonna send
This looks
everything
awesome.
they have at you.
The 80s is just the coolest thing right now, huh? Like we're seeing the 80s just revive and everything.
Yeah, we're going to see it in Captain Marvel next year.
That's right. Well, I thought that was supposed to be the 90s.
Yeah,
That's supposed to be the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
Pre Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's not about the pain you can deal. It's about how much you can take.
So is this DLC or is it a standalone? Is it a brand new game?
Just like Papa
Just like
taught
Poppy
us.
taught us. 2019, this might be a brand new game. It's a brand new game, I think, right? Sequel. If I can murder Nazis whilst rocking Duran Duran, it's over with the 80s rule. Oh, it's over with. Okay.
At Bethesda, we're proud of our history of innovation, and that includes breakthrough VR technology that we revealed at E3
VR talk?
Since then, we've delivered some of the very best VR experiences in gaming, from Doom to Fallout 4 to Skyrim, and we're not done.
This is awesome.
Two of the franchises that we just heard about are going to also offer VR experiences. So, when Prey's Typhon Hunter is released later this summer,
Canvish, thanks
you'll
for
be able to
watching for as long
experience
as
the
you have,
competitive
man. You
mode
rock.
that Susan and Ricardo were just talking about in virtual reality.
Oh, so we're getting Prey in VR?
It will also include a single-player experience that puts you in the boots of TranStar employees working to solve puzzles aboard the Talos 1 space station. I'm also excited to announce a new Wolfenstein VR game.
Wolfenstein in VR, wow.
It's called Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, in which you play a hacker who can take over Nazi robots and turn these war machines against their masters. In our ever-ending quest to bring the message of fuck Nazis to every platform possible.
Way to go, Pete Hines. Fuck Nazis, I love it. Oh, that's amazing.
This is awesome. I love that they're supporting VR and probably one of the
Both
only
Prey and Wolfenstein VR
developers
experiences
that are
playable this week at our booth at E3, so please stop by and give them a try. Now, we are really excited about everything that we've shown here tonight, but I know there are a lot of you who are really here, who are really wondering about Fallout 76. And I'm pleased to tell you that your wait is finally over. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the recipient of numerous Lifetime Achievement and Hall of Fame awards. He's the game director at a studio that has won a bevy of accolades and awards. And he's here tonight to tell us what he and his team have been taking so damn long to tell us all about. Will you please welcome my very good friend, Mr. Todd Howard.
Yeah, this show is definitely not for kids. NHS 80, yeah, not.
great to see some of the reactions of some people around here. I was trying to take a picture of a friend of mine that just zoned out, just looking at the conference. It's fantastic.
Todd Howard is the best.
Great developer.
Great dude.
We're all here. Looking good. Oh, it's great to be back at E3. Thank you so much. I could not be more excited to be here. I want to thank all our fans who came out tonight. And the millions of you watching online. We can't thank you enough. This is actually my 25th year at Bethesda.
Wow.
And I have seen a lot of cool things in that time. I gotta say, tonight is definitely one of them. I got to go to the very first E3 right here in Los Angeles. I know, they're so cute when they're little. They're full of energy and life. And then, remember when little E3 ran away from home, went to Atlanta? Yes, a lot of you didn't come. I liked Atlanta, or East Coast. And then E3 went through the moody teen years and came back and locked itself in its room.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, it was in the convention center, but just in the meeting rooms. They didn't invite anybody. And I can remember literally walking between the halls and seeing nobody. I was like, this is how a zombie movie starts. And now E3 has grown up. It's in its 20s. It's more confident, can handle its alcohol better, like all of you. Thank you.
Todd could have had a career as a stand-up comic. And he totally owns
So there's
the
a
room
good
when
party
he's,
after this, so
doing
pace
his,
yourselves.
His
I
meetings
hope you're
with his
comfortable, by the
developer
way. I'm gonna be here
teams.
for
It's
a
something to
while.
behold.
And E3 has become such an incredible week of entertainment, but we know that most of you came here
Thank you, Jamie Andrews.
for one
It was
thing.
great to meet you, brother.
Thank you.
A picture of Dorian Howard. Good comments area.
I think it's to see where we're putting Skyrim next. Well, I think we have the best one yet.
The Elder Scrolls speak of the past and the future. Now, Skyrim looks to the future, to its ultimate version.
This is amazing.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
Climb it. Now, Skyrim and life become one.
A mud crab scuttles towards
First
you.
Roda.
I didn't catch that.
First Roda!
I didn't quite catch that.
First Roda!
Your shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde.
What happened? First Roda. That's the command for knocking things over.
Is there a command for picking shit up?
Haven't reached that level yet.
I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
Ooh.
The dragon unleashes fire breath on you.
Okay.
You have 7% health left.
Oh, shit. I drink a health potion.
You are out of health potions.
How many wheels of cheese do I have left?
473.
Okay, I eat all the cheese. I eat all of the cheese.
Hey, remember what the doctor said about dairy?
Yes. Right, yes, of course.
That is awesome.
You're the greatest. Thank you so much.
Ken Vance, thank you so much, man.
Introducing Skyrim, very special edition. Also coming soon to Etch-a-Sketch, Motorola Pagers, and your Samsung smart refrigerator.
I love that they're playing with the meme.
Oh, that's cool.
It's good.
This is hilarious. That's him going, I want to write something up and make something special. I know that came from him.
Had to do it. Had to do it. Okay, really. We both know why you're
That
here.
was amazing.
And that's to talk about the next Fallout. Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games, and it's our biggest one yet. It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. Set in the hills of West Virginia, you are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
So it's a single player game?
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
It's a Fallout game like they've made.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This
300 years after our great nation began, we gathered together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you.
Skyrim on 5 platforms.
So that if the bombs do come, our way of life
Maybe Warco
will
asking
endure.
if there's going to be a origin story for the Brotherhood of Steel. So we saw this trailer at Xbox, or chunks of it at least.
Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country road.
sing along, but I'm not going to. Not doing it.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Right? It looks fantastic. But
Cue copyright infringement, yeah. Yeah.
For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled.
very surprised that it's not the
means freedom.
multiplayer route everyone thought it was going to
Todd
be.
doesn't
Not just
like
walls,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
just
he is a
buildings,
single player for him.
but hearts.
And it's great.
minds,
I personally prefer that
and
too, but
ultimately,
you know, I think
America
people have always been
itself.
talking about a multiplayer Fallout. Right? It's always been a
That's how we're
conversation.
Let there be hype, and there was hype.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
All right, so let's see the game. We got the hype. We got the taste. What's happening now?
Vault 76, one of the very first vaults to open, was built to celebrate America's tercentenary, which is an awesome word, by the way. Like, that's your word of the night, tercentenary. You are one of the very special few selected to be an occupant and spend 25 years underground waiting for Reclamation Day, the day the vault opens.
All right, so now we get to see this thing in action.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer.
Pip-Boy!
I
It's
hope
supposed to be
you
like the
all
first
enjoyed the
modeling
party last
version of the
night,
Pip-Boy
even
that
those
was
who
ever
may
made.
have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough. Today is Reclamation Day.
Oh, finally! I feared you'd never wake up. Don't you remember? Time to leave the vault. Most of the others have already gone.
It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day
polished
you all
a
entered
bit
Vault
more, but-
76.
But also
We also-
newer,
You
and
come
everything
from
is,
every
is
walk of life,
less
every
destroyed.
race,
And,
color, and creed.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
But you
probably
all
before the
share
vault
one
went to crap,
very
right?
important trait.
So we're probably going to see a lot of things be more destroyed. But
it does look like a Fallout.
yeah, definitely looks like it's using the Fallout 4 engine. And
family.
you know, this is also running on PC most likely, so this is probably the best that the game could look.
Right.
So that's one thing to keep in mind.
It's a cool shot. They're showing people the world. There's a guy in a Pip-Boy.
We always start with the world.
Pip-Boy
and this
helmet
time
looking
it
the wrong
features
way.
all new rendering,
Pip-Boy mask.
lighting, and landscape
Okay, all new
technology.
rendering, lighting, and landscape.
It allows us to have 16 times the detail and even view distant weather
Tomb
systems
Raider game looks
across
sick,
the map.
Farmer. Yes, it does. Tomb Raider.
Now, most people don't know West Virginia that well. It is an incredible array of natural wonders, towns, and government secrets. This is where the actual nuclear secrets are. And the quest the Overseer sends you on will take you through 6 distinct regions, each with their own style, risks, and rewards. There's plenty of cool new Fallout creatures, and we even use the folklore of West Virginia to bring our Fallout versions to life. We have always wanted to tell that story
Oh my
of
God.
what it will
Yeah.
be like for you and the other characters who were first to leave the vaults. But there is one big difference.
Oh
with
my
this game.
goodness.
What did it just say?
It's that each of those characters is a real
Whoa.
person.
So this is Fallout Online.
This is
Because yes, Fallout 76 is entirely
online.
Okay. I know, there's a lot. You have like 1,000 questions right now. So I'm going to go through them in order. Now, I'll hit a couple of the big ones. First, of course, you can play this solo. All right? You'll be who you want, exploring a huge world,
This is
doing
crazy.
quests, experiencing a story, and leveling up.
They did a good job hiding it throughout all these
We
trailers.
love those things about our games, too. It would not have it any other way. But also, like many of you, we have always wanted to see what our style of game could be with multiplayer. So many of us talk about
Got some notes.
experiences
Joe
in
Nail
our
is
games,
no. Jeff
but
Bartolo,
we've never
nope.
experienced them
DJ
together.
Caho, boo.
So about 4 years ago, we hit upon an idea.
Canvash
that's
says you can play it
perfect
solo, but didn't say
for fall.
offline. Right?
Open world, survival. Every person and character is real. And it was an idea that we just couldn't shake. We knew we had to do it and do it in a really big way. Now, I know you may have played survival modes in like some of our previous games or some other online games, and people wonder, is this hardcore
Hard no to
survival?
multiplayer, Travis Hansen.
I like to think of it maybe, it's more softcore survival.
Softcore survival.
Maybe that should
Canvash
be a
says
new
he's a
ESRB
trucker, can't
descriptor.
get a good internet connection usually. That's a good point.
Death never means the loss of progression or the loss of your character. Your character isn't tied to one server. As a matter of fact, you'll never even see a server when you play. You'll be in a
So
world
not
with
100 people, not 1,000, not it's not an
and not
MMO, but
thousands of other players.
it seems like rooms have
It's
dozens.
the apocalypse.
It's going to be
not
like
an amusement park, okay?
Horizon.
And
It's
you'll
going to
be
be
able
like
to
a
join your
seamless kind of
friends
jump in, jump out.
whenever you want,
Yeah.
and all of your progression goes with you. When we think about games, we think about worlds and the choices that you can make, the stories that you create and tell yourself. By creating a wide open world with very few rules, we have a game more than any game that we've ever done where the choices are yours, where you'll decide what happens. You'll decide the heroes and you'll decide the villains. Look, this is a whole new world for all of us here. And fortunately, our friends at Vaultec have made a series of informational videos for when all of us emerge together.
I'm shocked. I can't believe you're doing a multiplayer Fallout game.
I mean, it's about time. I don't know if it would have been enough of spicing it up enough if they just did another Fallout 4.
As you venture out into this new American frontier, some of your fellow survivors may not
this is
be
really
neighborly.
the only way that they could have done this. Wow.
Jeez.
So that's in real time.
Chin up there, sport. Not all Vault 76 dwellers will be so hostile. Find them and brave the new world together. Whether you choose to explore the wasteland alone or with friends, your days will be filled with fun activities.
I don't know if we got bats this time.
No, definitely. I mean, how would bats work in a situation like this? And that's why I think all the gameplay they've been showing us has been real time. And the gameplay is going to need to
I'm
be
with you, David West. I'm not an online-only fan, but I definitely want to see what Todd Howard and his team put together.
Interesting.
Jeff Bartolo, TMI, buddy. I would have liked an XCOM 2 knockoff that would blend old school games with RPG stuff. Teabagging coming to follow.
Like previous Fallouts, you can play this game solo in Quest. But the easiest way to survive in the wasteland is to team up and build together. And in this one, you can build wherever you want. And you can also then move that to wherever you want.
After thermonuclear war, man's towering industrial marvels may no longer stretch to the heavens. What separates
Looks like
man from
building
beast?
is back.
It is his desire
in a big way.
to build. Get
yeah.
started.
But apparently,
with camps.
you know, they've said before that building was like
The
they've added
construction
that
and
very
assembly
last
mobile
minute to follow.
platform.
It was very close to not being a part
Construct
of
your
the game.
home of the future. With your home secure, you can now craft handmade ordnance at your leisure to give your altercations that personal touch.
Fantastic Panic with a great
It falls on
comment
you and the
saying
ingenuity
real-time
of
shooting
your
is going to need to be
fellows to
polished in lieu
rebuild
of
the
that.
America we
That's true.
hold
That's
dear.
true because the real-time shooting was always a little clunky. Yeah, it never felt right.
But don't become too attached too quickly. Monitor your environment for anything
Monster
out of the
Hunter.
ordinary.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Very much Monster Hunter.
The home
Is this becoming
of
Battle
tomorrow
Royale?
may undergo certain challenges.
It is kind of like Fallout meets Fortnite in a way.
I guarantee you, Fallout's known for having a large modding community. One of the first mods being added to this will be a Battle Royale.
There's no
For sure.
I in nuclear wasteland.
Awesome for cross-platform play. Let's see if that happens, Captain Ahab. Good comment.
Document your adventures. Your memories will shape the new American dream. What's that sound? Oh dear. There
You could
goes
drop
the
nuclear
neighborhood.
bombs of people, of course. I don't know, man. This feels like a big risk, right?
It's a risk, but it's
Yeah, we love
This has
dynamic
always
game
been
systems.
something Fallout
we
fans
thought,
have been talking about.
why don't we
You know,
put
and it's, I think it's
multiple
finally
nuclear
happening, and
missile
let's see if
sites
they
on the
can do
map?
it. Yeah, I think it's the curiosity of can this franchise go multiplayer?
And then let all of you do whatever you want with them.
So multiple nuclear sites, and you can do whatever you want.
Today's episode, Atomics for Peace. When you emerge from the comfort and safety of your vault, the world you know will have changed. Take your friendly old neighbor, Johnny. Rather than coming over to borrow a cup of sugar, he may now be coming over for murder. The time has come to seek out greater means of protection. Nuclear armaments. That's right. Courtesy of your Uncle Sam, these wonders of the atomic age can be found right in your own backyard. But how does a fella like you acquire nuclear weapons, you may ask? Begin by inquiring with the locals. Gently coax them into cooperation. Use a little elbow grease if you have to.
This is blowing my mind. I can't believe what I'm seeing. You know, like usually Fallout is filled with carnage and stuff, but it's like a contained thing. This is chaos.
You got like fellow AI travelers with you, and this is with other people.
Do not give up. Search for others who might be harboring a grudge. You'll have that nuclear launch code in no time. With the power of the atom at your fingertips, be responsible
absolutely crazy.
and consider
This is
your
a
target
prequel, and all these
carefully.
bombs are going off. That explains the rest of Fallout,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is like the most radiation we've
Will
ever
your
seen in
bomb
any
land
Fallout
on a
game
rival
because
camp
it's
of
so short
degenerates?
after a nuclear
A random stranger? The local wildlife?
explosion.
Whatever your target may be, take advantage of the resulting fallout to
Faramers
gather rare
and
and
ER
valuable
Nurse are
resources.
talking about how this could become a threat to Destiny.
Yeah?
It's all story-based and cooperative
Yet
play.
these rewards don't come without risk.
There's people taking a nuclear Fallout.
The fate of this new world is yours to command with the power of the atom.
Dedicated servers.
We know you've played a lot of our games and a lot of online games. but this one really is unique. We have built a platform, 100% dedicated servers
Beta.
that will support this game now and for years to come.
Bet you the beta is now.
And look, we know this is new for all of you. It's new for us. It's a little bit scary. And to that end, we're going to need your help. Because yes, we are going to have a beta. And it is sponsored by our friends at Vault-Tec as well, the Break It Early test application. Because evidently, these online games are hard. They can have some nasty issues. I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. I did. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work. Anyway, we know together that we are going to build something really special. And we also know
He said
that
he read
all
on the
of you
internet that
love
some of his games had
our
bugs in them.
special
And
editions. And we have an awesome collector's edition for you. It starts with a map of the world that glows in the dark. And
That's cool.
it's great. So cool. It comes with figures you can put on the map.
Good question, Jamie. Haven't seen
And
any
it
pets.
also comes with a Fallout collectible that really I've always wanted, so we made them for everybody to buy, and here it is.
Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly
Alex Stone
right.
108, absolutely.
That's amazing. You get a helmet.
Fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use of diving? Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
November. Okay, I was up.
Yes, all of this, the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. So you're probably wondering, when is this game coming out? We're excited to say that it's coming out this year,
It's crazy.
November 14th.
I mean, it's been every time November for them.
Yeah.
That's since three.
They're
Every
so
Fallout
aggressive.
game.
Amazing.
Thanks again for all your support of Fallout. It's been 10 years since Fallout first won, and it's been an incredible journey with all of you. We do have another Fallout anniversary that we are celebrating here at E3. It is the 3-year anniversary of Fallout Shelter, which we announced and released right here at E3.
So Fallout
and
Shelter
we have
is coming?
some cool surprises for you. Fallout Shelter is coming to the PlayStation 4. And because that guy said it,
That's great news.
it's also coming
That's pretty amazing.
to the Nintendo Switch. You can play it with the
Today?
Joy-Cons or touch
Tonight.
controls.
Wow.
And yes, it's still free.
Wow.
And excited to
This is
say
just like
these versions are
2015.
coming out
just like
tonight.
2015.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Again,
Here's Elder
thank you so
Scrolls
much
6.
for
Yeah.
your support of all that we do coming here tonight. When we see how many of you our games have touched, it's incredibly special. Especially Fallout Shelter. That game has been played by over 120 million people. Incredible. That is more people than every game that we have made combined.
Segueing to another movie.
Incredible. It does kind of make you stop and realize that our games can have new lives
Ahab pointing
on
out
any type of
Fallout
device or
Shelter's already
system.
on the Xbox.
And you know, when we looked at the iPhone 11 years ago, we had a few ideas for mobile games. Fallout Shelter was one of them, and we did have another one that was far, far more ambitious, and we've been building it. And it's in the other franchise that you love from us.
Oh my goodness, it's Skyrim on the iPhone.
It is called
Another
The Elder
mobile
Scrolls Blades. Like Fallout Shelter, we wanted an experience that we were not finding anywhere else. Here it is. Blades, at its heart, is a pure Elder Scrolls game. A massive first-person RPG with console-quality graphics, but with a uniquely mobile experience. Believe me when I say you have to see this running on an iPhone 10. This gigantic screen does not do it justice. You can tap to move or use dual sticks.
Very cool. It's going to get a huge market.
Yeah.
Combat is all new, and it follows your specific movements and timings. Harkening back to the first Elder Scrolls Arena, this game features both handcrafted and procedurally generated dungeons. And it's not just melee. You have a range of abilities and spells you can use. And of course, you can create your own character and be who you want to be, improving them, leveling up, picking new abilities.
You can play it landscape as well.
Yeah.
And
Which I
the
know
entire
seems really
game
funny
can
to a lot
be
of
played
people, but at the same
in
time,
portrait mode.
to be able to play it with one hand, for a lot of people, that's a pretty big plus. So that's
One
cool
was
that they have that.
incredibly important to us, that you could play it however you wanted. You never know when you'll need a free hand. To hold your coffee, what do you... Degenerates.
I'm curious, are they going to go the free-to-play route with this game,
it's
or
not
is this
just
going to be like a
dungeons.
Super Mario Run
It's
where they
incredible
charge you 30
outdoor
or 20
areas.
bucks for it?
Yes, running on a phone. It really looks and plays incredible.
This guy could sell refrigerators to people that are freezing. Move over, Fruit Ninja. Ryan Landis has been killing it all night.
Blades has several modes of play. First, the Abyss, a roguelike experience where you can see how far you can go in an endless dungeon.
You know why I
and
like
the
this
arena,
reveal
where you
right
will do
now?
battle one-on-one
Because they probably have
against
something
other
bigger to
players.
show
Oh,
after this.
yes.
And
Good
the
point.
main
And I don't think
mode,
they would end off
the town.
a conference with
This
a
is
mobile.
the hub for your
reveal.
story
42,
and
thank you
quests.
for your support. See
You
you guys
are a
tomorrow. We're gonna
member
be streaming.
of the
See you
Blades,
tomorrow. We stream it all day
the
tomorrow.
Empire's top agents.
Ketchup
Forced into
popsicles to
exile,
an Eskimo
you
wearing
return
white
home to
gloves.
find your town destroyed and need to rebuild it. Yes, Blades also features a town building mode. You'll decide what your town looks like and be able to
These are
upgrade
massive.
and decorate
Wow.
all of the individual elements in it. As your town levels up, you'll unlock new NPCs, quests, and more. You can
Travis
even
Hansen,
visit
who needs
your
Tinder
friends'
when I can just
towns.
swipe on Blades?
That's how you stay single forever.
This-
That's great.
And this is available tonight too.
This is an Elder Scrolls game that you can play however and wherever you want. And we are going to bring Blades to every device and system we can. Phones, PCs, consoles, also virtual
They're gonna bring
reality,
Blades everywhere.
on mobile, all the way up to high-end VR on PCs. What's really cool is all of those connect to each other. So one of my dreams is we'll go back to that portrait mode, which I like to call meeting mode. Because if you're in a meeting on your playing a game,
Very cool. Oh,
In
free to
portrait
play.
mode, no one knows you're playing a game.
Saying that nobody knows when you're playing a game.
And so with Blades, you could be in a meeting playing Blades against someone at home in VR. Blades is coming this fall for free.
Wow, it's free.
And you can pre-order it tonight on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Also, this week, go to playblades.com and register for early access. If you're here at E3, Blades is going to be playable in our booth. So please, come by and check it out. You really need to see it running on the phone. We'd love to see you. Please come by. I just want to thank you all again, all of our fans here, everybody watching online, for all of your support over the years. It is so exciting to show you all that we have coming out this year, and it is an honor and a blessing to represent all of the incredible people at Bethesda Game Studios. We have 3 offices now in Maryland, Montreal, and Austin. There's a lot of them here tonight. I want them to hear your appreciation for their work.
So they're concluding with this?
I don't think so.
You think there's going to be one more?
There has to be one more. There you go. There's no way that
Elder Scrolls Blades, mobile gaming.
Just the best team and group of people I could ever hope for. Amazing. We also thought, since we're all here together tonight and it's so special, maybe we'd do something a little different too.
Is this Starfield or Elder Scrolls?
And tell you what we have coming beyond this year in the future.
What? They're going to be revealing some future stuff here.
We have also been working on a brand new next generation single player game.
Yeah, they had to do this.
But this one is in an all new epic franchise.
Here we go, Starfield.
Our first wholly original franchise in 25 years.
Oh my God, I'm getting chills. This is great. It's the first original.
We're excited to announce our next
franchise
adventure.
in 25 years. Oh my God. This was a cool conference, but this makes it, man. This is great.
Yeah, this is Starfield.
So how does Mass Effect come back if these guys make Starfield?
This is incredible. Yeah.
Starfield is a game that we have spent years thinking about and working on.
Oh my God.
Something we feel uniquely positioned to pull off and that we're incredibly excited about.
Is Bethesda
But
just stealing E3
we're
right
also
now?
building
This is
toward the
crazy.
game after
Wow.
that. And it's the one you keep asking about.
The sequel to Skyrim.
Oh my God.
This is a very movie studio kind of approach to video game industry doesn't normally do this. This is great. I mean, we knew it was coming.
Wow. That was something
But
else.
that confirmation is great. That's fantastic. Wow.
Oh my
I got
God.
people up on their
Okay, actually, now I'm really done. I just want to thank you all for your time tonight, the time you've spent in our worlds. We'll see you out there.
That was a conference.
Wow.
That was a conference.
Wow. Is Pete going to come out Saturday? Yeah, he's coming back out. There's Pierre. They keep showing Pierre.
Can I get another round of applause, please? Another round of applause, please, for Todd Howard. We only get him up here like once every 3 E3s, but boy, when he shows up, he brings the goods. Thanks also to all of our studios and teams around the world who are so dedicated to giving our fans the very best games. If you're a gamer on any platform of any kind, we think we've got something for you. And I hope you're as excited about what you've seen tonight as we are, whether it's a new Fallout game, a new Elder Scrolls game from Bethesda Game Studios that you can play on your phone for free, Rage 2, Doom Eternal, and so much more. We're really excited. Now, remember, if you want to be one of the first to play Elder Scrolls Blades or join the Fallout 76 beta, you need to go to Bethesda.net and register. It's easy
crazy.
And it's free.
I mean,
For all of you here with us tonight, thank you so much for joining. The party is
slivers on stuff they've already been doing, but they've got signups for things right now, and that was a lot to take in. Let's run it down real quick here.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Vic, you can look at my what I hope to see list here, and everything except one thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely got answered.
No Dishonored. That was
No
it.
Dishonored, which
Yeah.
is fine. I understand where that franchise sits right now. A Doom sequel. We had Starfield. Actually,
a sequel to Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein sequel. New IP, more VR support. I was so happy to see VR there.
Yeah.
Fallout. It talks about the Switch, more Switch support, and then the last thing I really wanted was them just to tell us that hey,
it's
we're
coming.
We're working on Elder Scrolls 6. You guys can calm down.
We got balloons.
It's
what an epic day.
That was probably the best conference Bethesda has ever done.
That was crazy.
I think.
I mean, they hit almost every massive property that they own.
Yeah.
They said all of this cool stuff is coming, and it's it's really cool. Like, of course, we're nervous about the online play in Fallout, but
and Todd was quite.
But he knew it.
Yeah, he knew.
He had an answer for that.
And I love that personality kind of showed that
Absolutely.
they're aware. They're not like these crazy corporate business people. At least,
Yeah.
and feel like that to us. And I love the fact that he was just so honest and open about the fact that hey. And, I know a lot of people are worried. There's still a lot of people back at home who are like, I don't want an online game. But let's face it, every Fallout fan has been talking about taking this franchise online.
Let's see what they got.
Exactly. Let's see
try
what
it
they
out.
got.
Yeah.
It's always been people in people's brain of just kind of like, what happened to VATS? What happened to this? It's coming now.
The one thing that you can say about any, like Elder Scrolls or Fallout, is that you're in those worlds forever, and sometimes it does get lonely because you play those games for so long. They're switching that up a little bit.
Exactly.
Now we can play with other people and see what it's like to explore these universes.
Yeah, I'm very curious. We'll get to
Yeah.
it a little bit more of just like how the NPC interactions will be. Is it going to be as story driven as a kind of regular Fallout game? I want to know how much the multiplayer is really going to change the structure and dynamic of what we know and understand Fallout to be.
I am psyched to give that a shot. 100%.
Yeah?
I
We're
can't.
gonna play it.
I hope it's amazing.
So let's do our breakdown then?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go from the top and then we'll talk to you guys on the chat.
Yeah.
So far, we're pretty impressed. So it all started off exactly like last year. That a little developer sizzle reel to show some heart.
Love it.
Showed some kids playing, showed a sizzle of the games. Then we went straight into Rage 2, and there was a shout out to Walmart Canada for leaking it, which I thought was, it's good for them to, it's good for them to just understand what's going on
100%.
in the media, because they know that it's the hardcore gamers that are really watching these conferences, and they know what's going on in the media.
Yep.
That was quite great. Weirdest thing was probably that performance.
Andrew WK?
That was just a little unexpected.
I mean, they got him in the trailer, and they probably have new music being crafted for him, and then
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It was cheesy.
It doesn't feel right at E3. I think they've tried this for E3. It felt like too much like the VGAs to me, which
Yeah.
to be honest, VGAs have
But
now gotten a lot better.
When they
at
did
it.
the Doom music, that totally worked.
That's true. That's
right?
true. And when PlayStation did the orchestra,
Yeah.
there's something different
Yeah.
about that than it is of just
You
like
gotta
a
try
live-
these things if
That's
you're
true.
constantly,
That's true.
going up to bat like that.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Rage 2, we got some gameplay. There's
Yep.
a long amount of gameplay.
Yeah, too long on the expository dialogue around what was happening there, but
Exactly.
but the game looks great.
And I'm glad they got rid of it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of like, hey, you guys know that this game's going to be talked about.
Yep.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I know you guys are waiting
Kind
for
of,
Fallout.
you pulled the rug out from underneath the game to be revealed before E3 because I think the game deserved more surprise than it was able to get.
Yeah.
But still, it's going to be fun.
Elder
And we have to
Scrolls-
wait a long time for that game too, which is crazy.
You
Yeah.
were mentioning before the conference that there's definitely going to be a mobile game. Well,
Yeah.
there were two. One of them was an Elder Scrolls card game.
Yeah.
I forgot the exact title of it. It's snipped by fast.
Well, it's Legends.
Is it Legends?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
So
Right.
that,
which has come out already.
It's already
I think.
come out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, they were, I guess, advertising it more.
Yeah.
A game that it's also been out for a long time has been Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
They introduced two new expansions, Wolf Hunter and Murkmire.
Yep. Again, too long with all that.
Too long, very expected,
But
and it's
appeasing
understandably.
the people that love that stuff.
Exactly, and
Right.
that's understandable. These
Yeah.
are franchises that have a long-term goal. Next up was something I did not expect, especially after Rage, and that is Doom.
See you tomorrow, David.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah, and we don't know much about this because they're going to reveal it at the QuakeCon, but it looks epic. It looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, just a cinematic trailer, teaser, whatever
It's
you
sort
want to
of
call it.
teasing a massive open environment. So
Well, I mean, if it's open world, that will be very impressive.
Yes.
I don't think Doom needs to go open world.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be open world, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
But very cool. I love the franchise. I've always been a fan.
Yep.
And the Doom that came out, 2 years ago now, was
Yeah.
phenomenal. Prey, as expected for me, I kind of called it
You
in the
did it.
pre-show.
All right. Okay,
Where,
okay.
I know I'm tapping myself on the back, but of course it was talked about on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was pretty much confirmed. It was an obvious one.
Yeah.
To be fair,
They spent a lot of time on Prey.
They did.
Yeah.
Which was surprising for
Yeah.
a game that didn't do so hot in the industry and didn't really wow people.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it all comes together. But yeah,
It's cool.
Yeah.
It was called the Moon Crash DLC.
Yep.
They're also adding a new game plus mode. There's a whole.
And that's available now.
It's available now, I
Right,
believe.
yeah.
I think especially the free update is available
That's
now,
great.
which they incorporate, which is quite nice. Then we had the Wolfenstein 2 DLC, which was more support for an older game. This is called Youngblood. Takes place in the 80s.
Is it DLC or is it because it's 2019? I think it's a new game.
You think it's a new
I think
game?
it's a new game. Yeah. I mean, they were a
Really?
little vague about that. They didn't call it Wolfenstein 3 Youngblood. But I think it's a new game, or it's a standalone like they did with the
Dishonored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
well they did a standalone Wolfenstein mini mission game as well, right?
That's
I forget
right,
the name of that.
But I thought the Dishonored one was also you were able to purchase as a standalone game. Anyways, regardless, they do this all the time where
Yeah.
they have these smaller titles which are
It might be a
quote-unquote
full size though, but if it's out next year and if it's out towards the end of the year, we might see it again at E3 next year.
Very right.
Yeah.
And it's a co-op experience. Then something I was really happy about, they talked about VR, which was kind of a big question for us because Bethesda has always been in the forefront of virtual reality.
Yeah.
Especially last year, announcing Doom and Skyrim. This time it was Prey VR. And we got Wolfenstein coming to VR called Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, which is
that sounds
so
cool.
It's cool.
That sounds when you're taking control of vehicles and doing all that. That sounds like a perfect fit for VR.
And hey, let's face it, we haven't been seeing too many AAA developers really continue to believe in VR.
No.
A lot of people kind of jumped ship as soon as they saw the hardware sales and the software attach rate. It was a weird place, but glad that it happened. Finally, after VR was talked about,
It was the Todd Howard Hour.
There was Todd Howard Hour. It's true, because Todd Howard came out
The Todd
there.
Howard Power Hour.
Yes, and it was very similar. I was having flashbacks of 2015.
Yeah.
Because, in 2015, he also announced Fallout Shelter, which he talked about some mobile games we'll get to here, and then obviously a lot of talk about Fallout 74. But before he got into that,
76.
76.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're jumping. We went to 79,
Yeah.
72. So it's going. We're tired here. That being said, I love the little joke sketch that they played.
Oh, it was
with
amazing.
The
with
Skyrim plays everywhere.
With
Keegan-Michael
Key, Keegan-Michael Key. Yeah, he
So
was great.
I thought that was great because they again, showing Bethesda that they're really, they know what's going on. They know the jokes that people are making because Skyrim was coming
The New
out.
Blood, Mike 7705, reminding us what that Wolfenstein game was called.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right. So
it's the New
Fallout
Blood,
76, they went deep on this concept that we want to play together. They've been thinking about how to do that, and letting us all emerge from the vault at the same time and join up with people. They say it's going to be an effortless way for you to connect with people. You're going to not lose everything if you lose your life.
Yeah, they were talking about how don't expect to be in rooms with hundreds of people. It's more of just dozens.
Yeah.
So we don't know how, when you say dozens, we don't know how big lobbies will be. We're going
Right.
to expect 36 or 48 or 50, who knows. Really cool. I mean, definitely something that a lot of people are on the fence about. And
there were some great, I think, very lucid comments about this being a potential threat to Destiny and pulling people in. But it really depends, just like you were mentioning, on the gunplay, and how tight that's going to feel, because they're going to be pulling away the VATS. That was also brought up on the chat as well.
And that's definitely going to be something that needs to be looked at right away, because Fallout without VATS is going to feel very dry and very different.
Getting corrected, the old blood, the new blood.
Yeah, it's called Young Blood is what I wrote down.
No, but the the standalone Wolfenstein game was called the Old Blood.
Yes.
And this is called Young Blood.
Young Blood. Yeah, I have that written down here.
I think so, right? I don't know. We can't get all these names straight. But somebody said it was the New Blood.
Back to Fallout 76.
Yes.
So they mentioned dedicated servers, which is a huge deal. There's a beta coming out. You guys go on the Bethesda website, I think, to sign up for that. Their servers are probably exploding right now, right? So good luck getting in there. The collection edition was shown with a glow-in-the-dark map and a helmet that's wearable. These collection editions are just getting crazy.
Yeah.
I love the Fallout 4 one. I thought the Pip-Boy was a really cool idea.
Yes, it was.
I mean, we'll see what the helmet's like. We'll see. I don't know.
If you keep sticking with these Fallout games, though, pretty soon you get the whole power armor. You get the whole thing, and it'll be made out of metal.
That's true.
Be great.
Everyone will be going to the next E3 with a full costume.
That is
made.
awesome. So that was awesome and epic. But I think what was really shocking was that there was 3 no wait there's more moments. The fact that we're getting Elder Scrolls as a mobile online experience. I think it was also pretty cool that Fallout Shelter is available on the Switch and PlayStation 4 tonight, which is rad. The Elder Scrolls Blades looks like it's going to be super cool, and it's another sign that developers are taking mobile gaming in sort of a AAA context very seriously. Yeah. But we finally got the reveal that Starfield is coming.
That's amazing.
We finally know that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be a next-gen, all eggs in the basket kind of experience.
And I think that was a great way to reveal it. That's all we really asked for. We just come out there, tease us, show us a logo, say we're working on it.
Video game business doesn't do that, so that was encouraging, and it kind of sort of shows that Bethesda sort of does it their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonderful stuff.
Very, very cool. And
so, should we get Rattel up here?
Yeah, let's get someone to here. Rattel, come up here.
Rattel, come on up, man. Yeah, bring your drink and your awesome shirt. Where'd you get that? It's incredible.
Vic with a self-promotion here, ladies and gentlemen.
Good to meet you. What's your real name?
Brendan.
Brendan.
Everyone calls me by my last name.
Yeah, Rattel's his last name, actually.
Brandon Rattel. All right, cool. Thanks for joining us. What did you think of that conference, my friend?
I thought it was good. I thought it was like a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Whoa, you're hard, Rattel.
I'm hard?
Yeah, that's
you guys went higher than that.
Well, I don't know.
We didn't score yet,
but we'll keep going.
Tell us why 8.
8. It was saved by Fallout 76 and by Doom.
Yeah.
It was really like Bethesda kind of doubling down on their IP.
Not fired up for Rage, not fired up that Starfield is coming, not fired up that the Elder Scrolls was confirmed.
I guess it was kind of hurt by the fact we already knew about Rage.
Right.
Shoutouts to Walmart Canada.
Yeah. That's the best publicity they've ever had.
That's
true. That's pretty good advertisement.
And we already knew about Fallout 76, so maybe that hurt them a little bit, like the conference, but everyone was talking about Fallout 76.
Yeah.
And just kind of the unveil that you can play Fallout multiplayer.
Yes.
Like I was talking with your girlfriend, Behr, and she's losing her mind. She's like, oh, this is what we're playing. Forget Destiny. Forget all this. This is what we're playing.
Yeah, Destiny's
You're already scheduled, my friend.
Destiny's thrown into the trash like that.
That's what we're playing.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I know you're a big VR guy. VR
Yes.
at all impressed you? Like, are you happy that there's finally
I can't
a
believe, like-
developer that's supporting it still?
It's amazing. Like every game that they have, every franchise is going VR, right?
Yeah.
They, like Doom and Prey.
That's a good point.
That's amazing.
I think they are a company that says, why don't we have awesome properties? Let's put our worlds in as many screens as possible, and let's just see where this goes.
Yeah.
And Todd was very clear that Shelter is the biggest game they've ever made. It's been played by more people than, and it's probably made them so much money comparative to the development time on it. And I think we're going to see the exact same thing with Blades as well. I think that's going to blow people away, you know?
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I thought it was a great press conference, but it was a little meandering and it was a little bit all over the place.
It started off like a little. It started off a little shaky. You know, you got Andrew WK coming out, playing to all the games journalists. It's kind of weird.
We were all a little weirded out. I saw the look on Vic's face. He tried his best to keep a smile going, but I mean, it's cool.
It reminded me of the Usher concert we got at the Xbox conference a few years ago.
Oh man!
And he was just like, "Come on, everybody on your feet," and we're like, "Yeah, but not really."
Bunch
They're there to do work, you know?
Bunch of journalists in their 40s and 50s getting.
That's right.
That's great.
You know, they got that one dude head bob. I'm just like, okay, he's getting into it. There you go.
Slightly, yeah. I mean, really cool. I just don't know what else we could get from Bethesda in a conference, right?
I think that was an epic conference.
They threw everything into the basket. Like the only franchise that was really missing was Dishonored, which we mentioned.
I was hoping they would show some Evil Within 2 DLC because we never got
That's
any.
true, yeah, you're a big
and I'm
Evil
a
Within.
huge horror fan. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, no
Okay.
Evil Within 2
To be honest, a
DLC.
sequel to Evil Within would have been nice too. To be honest, just
Sure.
at least the announcement of that.
I think it did well enough. I think they're distancing themselves, maybe trying to regroup with that.
Yeah.
But it was.
I'm a huge
scrambling.
Shinji Mikami fan, and Tango
Yep.
Gameworks. They did a great job. I personally loved Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
So kind of seeing it just like no DLC, no nothing, no talk of it.
I think the sales weren't there. I think
Yeah.
that, you know, it's tough for them, but I think it didn't happen the way
It
they
made
wanted
it made the sizzle reel in the open. I thought it was going to be there. I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
So if that had been there, 8.5 from you, maybe a
8.5,
9?
most likely, yeah.
Okay, all right.
8 out of 10. Vic, what do you give it out of 10?
I think that was a solid 8.5. I think for me. Yeah, I think it was there. I don't think it was quite. And part of it is because of the breathy bits of the conference that were devoted to things that I just didn't really care about. But in terms of a presentation outlining the scope of this incredible publisher, that was amazing. That's one game publisher that
Yeah,
has
it is.
all of
And
these
that's
different
amazing.
things,
And
right?
that's
That's
why-
not Xbox. That's one company going.
And that's why I'm
Yeah.
sitting at a 9 right now.
Right.
Why? Because I feel like what really can Bethesda do more than this?
Right. Sure.
Right. Like they just threw everything out there. I didn't even expect Doom to show up here.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
fact that they
that was
told
huge.
us that Starfield's happening and Elder Scrolls is happening, kind of. I don't know.
The only thing about the Doom reveal is that they didn't really, because of QuakeCon, they didn't really show us that it's
Yeah.
a sequel.
Yeah.
They showed us this cool
It's not Doom
animation.
2 or anything
Yeah,
like
they
that.
didn't.
I
And
think-
so I think it is, but
it
and
is.
same with Youngblood. It's like, is that like?
I
and
think
so-
when you watch that trailer again, when it's zooming out of the logo, you actually see 2 bars.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty much supposed to indicate Doom
Okay,
2.
all right.
Because really, Doom's always been multiplayer. The 2015 Doom was multiplayer already.
Yeah.
For them to do a multiplayer-only Doom seems like such a backward step.
Right.
So I feel like this is the sequel.
Rage 2 definitely a sequel. Starfield definitely new IP, new stuff coming.
Glad to see a new IP from them. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Elder Scrolls 6 definitely a sequel. I mean, it was great, but we didn't like Fallout 76 is a sequel, but not really. It's like a take on stuff
Yeah.
we've seen before, utilizing tools and technology that we've seen before and opening it up in new ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Just making it multiplayer, that one change alone opens up so many possibilities.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the franchise going multiplayer? You think it's good, or are you? It's a 50-50 split. It seems like from our
Really?
chat, where a lot of people are like no, and some people are like yes.
Well, I mean,
There's a lot of skepticism.
We've gotten the Fallout single player experiences, right? We've gotten a lot. Like, it's been 10 years since Fallout 3. So I think just adding that one change, and like, I remember when Fallout 3 came out, they were talking, oh, imagine this game in multiplayer. Right? Just imagine
exactly.
just squatting up with like 3 people. I think it would be a lot
And
of
now
fun.
it's here.
That's
Now
that's
it's here.
always
That's
been
huge.
the conversation.
That's
yeah.
great.
And it took 10 years to get there because
Yeah.
Fallout
Yeah.
3 was 10 years ago now.
Exactly.
Right?
That's
Well,
insane.
we have a lot more E3 to get to. Tomorrow is another huge day. We're going to be taking a look at the Square Enix press conference in
That's
the
right.
morning.
Oh, first thing.
The
Ubisoft?
Ubisoft should be huge. They had an amazing one last year. And then Sony has had some great pressers in the last few years. They call them a night at the theater or whatever they call it.
Yeah, they're gonna have some
I'm looking forward to the
orchestra
PlayStation event as well. Great to have you here. Hope you had a
thanks
good
so much.
time.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be back tomorrow, actually.
Awesome. And thank you to everybody that stopped by EXP. We are going to be here again tomorrow, so please come back for that if you'd like to. And everybody that's been watching our streams, remember we have tons of content for you to check out, so please do hit subscribe if you like it, hit that little bell if you want notifications, and if you'd like to sponsor us, hit that sponsor button on gaming.youtube.com/EPNTV. Remember everybody, play forever like the shirts say. We'll see you tomorrow.